Chapter 5, The Ambassador. By the end of the week, Farah's shop had become a little livelier.
Jun sat in his usual spot, hunched over the keyboard, disappearing into his game world. Sunho typed resumes with quiet determination at the corner. And every now and then, Seong-min would burst through the door like a whirlwind, bringing laughter
and sometimes annoyance with his loud personality.
Farah had started to realize something. This small PC shop, once only her burden to maintain, was slowly turning into something else. A place where strangers began to feel less like customers and more like people she was meant to meet. But nothing prepared her for the woman who entered that Saturday afternoon. The bell jingled softly, and a figure stepped in wearing a sleek beige trench coat over a fitted dress, her posture straight, her heels clicking against the floor like a metronome. Her long dark hair flowed effortlessly, her makeup polished but not heavy. Every detail screamed sophistication. The room seemed too quiet for a moment, as if everyone had noticed her presence. Even Seong-min, midrant about fabric suppliers, fell silent. "Welcome!" Farah greeted, forcing herself not to stare, looking for a computer. The woman gave a polite but reserved smile. "Yes, just an hour." Her voice was smooth, practiced, the kind of tone one used when constantly in the public eye. As she settled into a seat, Farah noticed her pulling out documents, not games this time, nor resumes. They were glossy brochures, event schedules, and contracts. Across the top of one flyer, bold letters read, "Gia, Entertainment, minus 2025 Summer Showcase." Farah's eyes widened slightly. Gia, Entertainment, one of the biggest companies in Seoul's idol industry. The woman seemed aware of Farah's gaze. She offered a faint, professional smile. "Lee Cooney, Ambassador for GI Entertainment. I handle promotions, international partnerships." The face, but never the voice. Her words carried an odd weight, as though rehearsed too many times. "Oh," Farah said carefully. "That sounds prestigious." Cooney gave a soft laugh, though it didn't reach her eyes. "Prestigious? Yes. Glamorous? No." People only see the polished surface. They don't see the hours of unpaid appearances, the pressure to smile even when your agency controls every step you take. She glanced down at the contracts in front of her, her elegant fingers tightening slightly around the paper.
Sometimes, I wonder if I'm just
A well-dressed puppet. Farah felt a pang of empathy.
She knew what it was like to feel trapped by circumstances. Before she could reply, Seol-min slid into the conversation, his grin wide. "Well, if you're a puppet, you're definitely the prettiest puppet I've ever seen." Cooney raised an eyebrow, unimpressed, but not offended. "And you are." "Park Seongi, me owner of the coolest boutique in this neighborhood." He leaned in dramatically. "If you ever get tired of your agency's boring wardrobe, come to me. I'll make you shine without chains." Cooney allowed herself a small smirk. "You're persistent." "Charming," he corrected with a wink.
Jun, overhearing, flushed and quickly returned to his game, while Sunho shook his head, muttering, "Unbelievable."
For the first time, since stepping inside, Cooney let out a genuine laugh, a soft, graceful sound that contrasted the heaviness of her earlier words. Later, when most of the customers had left, Farah brought her a cup of warm tea. "You don't seem like the type who enjoys PC shops," Farah said gently. Cooney sipped the tea, her eyes softening. "You're right.
I don't.
But sometimes, I need a place away from the stage lights. A place where I'm not being watched, not being told who to be." She looked around the shop, at Jun quietly gaming, at Sunho frowning at his resume, at Seong-min doodling designs in a notebook, then back at Farah, who stood behind the counter with kind but steady eyes. "Maybe?" Cooney murmured. "This is the kind of place I've been looking for." Farah smiled faintly. "Then you're welcome here any time." And just like that, Lee Kuna, polished, graceful, but quietly suffocated by the weight of her toxic agency, became part of their circle. She didn't know it yet, But this unassuming computer shop would soon become her sanctuary.
And these strangers would become the only people who saw her for who she really was.